Hi, Steve here. Welcome to video 4, which is the research video. This is obviously a two-part software in that you can get the day's racing selections, and that's very easy to sort in that. The other side of the coin, the valuable side too, is the research side of it. For example, how did we find those strategies in that? Well, we accumulate enough races and enough results, we can start to see patterns forming, and that's how we've found the strategies. So how do you find the patterns in that? Well, if we click on up here at the date, you can see here the calendar, and if we just scroll back here, we've got January, and as from about the 24th of January here is when we had our working model of this software. Now, we didn't finish adding to it until the 29th, so only about 6 days ago from when I'm doing this video. But before that, we had we just added some extra fields and made it like sortable and that, which it wasn't to start with. So if we just click on here, we can sort by, say if we looked at Saturday the 29th. Now if we're doing harness racing, Friday and Saturday are your biggest nights for racing, your best horses. So what we could do is say we bring up Saturday week ago, click on the meetings down here at the bottom, meetings for the 29th of the 1st. And what this does will bring up every meeting, not only for the harness racing but as for the horses as well. So once we've done that and just given it a little bit of time, depending on your internet speed, giving it a little bit of time to collate all of the work, we can push export data, and now it will go and get the data for us. So this takes a little bit to go and get it because we're doing a lot of races. Once the data is ready, then we can research. And if we, while we're waiting here, see down the side here we've got P, W, L, L, L. These are all the results, and these results come generally for Australian racing. Within a minute of the race being declared, the results are in this software. Okay, we can see down here now we've got the spreadsheet. So if we click on that, now some of this, obviously, if you've watched the video 1, you'll know what we're going to do here. So click and edit. But the different things now, if I just stretch it out a little bit, of course the different things we've got now here is we can see here in this column here we've got results. Okay, so if we highlight the columns, go to the filter button like we did before, bring it down, data, filter. We can start filtering. So the first thing, if we were going to do harness racing, we just take the horses out and just take all the harness. And once again, like we did before, just make sure you got the all the columns there, right down to W. We'll just highlight these and copy them and put them into a new work tab. Paste. Okay, so this is all harness racing, and once again we need to put the data sort again. So we've got them like that. So you could do things like, for example, days. We only want to see if there's any horses, for example, less than or equal to 4. Is there any horses that have only raced, only had 4 days spell between when they last raced? And we can see here that there's some that have only had a 2-day spell. These ones here have had no days because they're not racing. Okay, so this is the sort of things that you can look at. Let's just clear that. For example, how many back odds, how many horses were between 1.5 and 2 on Betfair odds, and 2 on Betfair odds last Saturday. We can see there they are there. We can just click on the top there and we can see 17 less the title. So there were 16 horses last Saturday started from between 1.5 here, if we look at here, between 1.5 and 2, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them won. Okay, so we can see there in the star rating there was a 2-star, no stars, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. So this is the sort of research you could do. Okay, so if we looked at how many of those, say 1.5 to 2, how many of those had a 50% or greater place? Put in 50% or greater place. Okay, and click on there. We can see now there's 13. There was 13 horses, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them won, and only 2 were unplaced. Okay, so that's the sort of things that you can do, and you can put, like each day I put all the harness into a database. So I've got a 10-day database now of all the harness racing in Australia and New Zealand, and then you can filter all of those to find, over 15 days or more, how certain things are going. So that was just looking at, I'd say, for example, we cleared that and we only wanted to look at horses that were greater than or equal to 10 and and had we've still got that filter there. So these are horses that have won more than half, run a place more than half their starts, and are rated at 10, or at odds of 10 or better. Well, we can see there we've got one winner there, Rock Bottom, Albion Park. We just highlight that. 59% place rate. You can see there odds were 95 and it won. So that would take you a long way. And we can see down here another one here in Milton. Spring in his Step was at 10s and that won. So not got many other winners, but we got 2 winners there out of, so we had 75, says the count is 76, so 75 bets we would have had, and we would have picked up about $105 profit. So that's just, these are just little, not quirky things, but let's look at the horses that were that the sky rating was greater than or equal to 100, and they were still the same back odds, and we can see there that none. We had 2 place and the rest of them did nothing. So you can play around. We can take the filter off the place, increases it a bit more. So that's what you can do with it as a tool. Is once you start getting more and more days than that, you can use take the odds off. You can use all different filters. Like you could filter greater than 95. So we can see here we're not using any odds. The odds is just unticked. All we're doing here in this one is we've got form must be 100, the sky rating must be 95 or better, and you can see just using those 2 guidelines we got 16 bets, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 bets. So we got 50% winning bets. Okay, some of them were at low prices, but then we had a 330, a 380, and the others were odds on. So if you didn't like odds on, you'd obviously go in here and say greater than or equal to, say, 250, the old 6 to 4, if that's where you wanted to be. And obviously you made some money, not much, but you made a little bit of money there. So that is what it can do as a tool. So you can do it with harness, you can do it with the horses, you can do it at different tracks if you wanted to. Not all tracks are the same. Then obviously looking at that last one there, that's a New Zealand track, Ascot Park, had a winner there. So plenty of things you can use ANZ horse ratings for. So thanks for watching this, and don't forget, if you want to use the deluxe bot, it makes following the selections just so much easier. You plug them in, it doesn't take long to put the selections in, and then let the software run, and it will place the bets wherever you set them. For example, here 20 seconds before the off, the bets will be made by EasyBet Bot Deluxe. Okay, and you put your staking in. You can do it for the win market, the place market, and EasyBet Bot also has loads of other things like a really fantastic Dutching tool, which you can sort and do everything with. Okay, so on behalf of Michael and myself, Steve, thanks for watching this video, and start researching and start finding some winning strategies to put on top of the strategies that we've given you on this page. Thanks again, and all the best. Cheers.